Hello. Welcome back to my channel, beautiful people. Welcome educators, parents, and any and all stakeholders. Within today's video, we're going to specialize on the difference between teaching elementary students and teaching secondary students. Well, if you're going to work with small children, that's going to be grades K through 5. 9 times out of 10, you're going to get students who are still very impressionable. You're going to get students who are very loving. You're going to get students who have a awe or a desire to learn, and you're really going to get to be affectionate with them in a great way that's going to boost their holistic learning, not just their academic side but their social and emotional. And so with that being said, it's really easy to form positive relationship with students that are in kindergarten, first grade, second grade. I cannot tell you how many adoptive students that I've had over the course of the year who want to call me their auntie or call me their second mom away from home, and that's because I pour into them and they pour right back into me. Also, with that being said, another pro of teaching these students is that they most of the time really respect authority figures. You know, when you come in and you lay out your positive behavior reward system, a lot of times they gravitate to that because it's a learned behavior. When you come in and you start the right way, forcing those rules, and not necessarily rules like in a bad way, but basically teaching them structure that makes the classroom flow so you can provide a conducive environment that is inclusive and fit for all of your learners. All right, so now the cons of teaching elementary, and this is not really a con, it depends on your personality, is even though these students enjoy getting so much from you, part of the reason why is because they're very dependent on their authority figures. They're still learning how to navigate life. They're learning at the beginning stages of their life how to navigate relationships and things that come along with social and emotional skills. So they need a lot of, I won't say necessarily reinforcement, but a lot of support for, hey, is this right? Is this wrong? How do I determine good behavior from a bad behavior? And that's why having a really great educator who's going to take that time, not just to focus on academics, but the holistic learning of a child is so important to make sure that they get what they need, seeing how they're at school for 8 hours a day. We're going to transition over to how it's different teaching at the secondary level, and that's going to be grades 6 through 12. So with that being said, these students are more independent. You don't necessarily have to give them as much support because, you know, they've been around the block a little bit. They've had to go through grade levels K through 5 to get where they are. So they've learned a lot of things that are positive and how to reinforce good behavior, as well as they also have learned, you know, the difference between bad and good and how they'll be rewarded or how they may be reprimanded for certain things. So that's a good thought process. Now on the downside, seeing how they are starting to mature, they are starting to formulate their own opinions, these students are more likely to challenge authority figures. Or I won't necessarily say challenge, but I guess you would say question authority figures, because they're starting to form their own opinions. They're starting to learn from each other and not necessarily just learn from you. And so with that being said, some people may see that as a negative. I just think it all depends on how you deal with it, because when you look at K through 7 education, you want to raise these students to go out into society to be able to form their own opinions, their own thought processes. But yet at the same time, you have to create a space where students are respectful. That's not what I'm saying. They need to be respectful, but at the same time, they need to be able to articulate and be able to formulate things in a way that shows that they have a voice and that they have an opinion too. All right, so overall, I have enjoyed teaching grades K through 12 within various districts. If I'm being honest, this is my 10th year. Now, for the past couple of years, I have been stationed within 5th grade education, primarily 5th grade, not 5th grade, y'all, I'm lying. Where I get 5th grade from? For the past 5 years, I have been stationed primarily in serving special education students. I'm an inclusion teacher, and I thoroughly enjoy that. But if push came to shove, I definitely do not have an issue with going back to the secondary level. In terms of someone who is a novice educator, I would take those things that I just discussed and see where does your personality fit best on that spectrum, so therefore you can make the best decision not only for you but for your students. That way everyone can be successful. All right, thank you so much for tuning into my channel. I hope you enjoyed these tips. If you have any more questions, you have any concerns, or anything you want to see from Dr. C, please drop it down in the comment section below. Please hit that like and subscribe button, and as always, have a great day. Bye.